Alright, so here is a perfect example of a group of these asteroid objects, whatever, dropping in from above. Now, if you were able to see this in person, you would see that this trail doesn't go horizontal, it goes up and out. So it starts up in the sky in the blue, and then it comes down at a swooping arc, just like I always say. Here's this trail all the way up to the lead asteroid right here. You even got another one, it looks like it's coming in this way, but then you got this group that's coming in that way. The bow wakes usually illuminate. And this isn't just one either, this is going to be a whole group. So they'll be, coming in all different directions, but basically passing straight overhead as they're, going their direction. There's a lead right there. This one right there, I think. Trail, like that. And you got this one over here is on the other side. So there's a group right there. You can actually see it. Shadow. There's the other one up there, leaving that trail. And there you go. This group right here is leaving this trail. The one at the lead. Perfect. We got here. Oh, we got some kind of, almost looks like a cubecraft, another UFO. That's definitely not a bird. Not a bird. They're running up and down, these little guys running up and down these trails. See, they're everywhere. Scanning these things, checking them out, doing whatever. But this is the distortion, the energy field that comes off of them. Makes them look like they got wings, but they don't. Here's again, there's this better. It's coming from up high and dropping in to the atmosphere, just like I always say, dropping in. The other one right here. Because I live on a pathway, I think, between these OCGs. Let's see, you can always see these little wakes. There you go, right there, perfect example. There it is right there, little bow wake. Come in like that. Probably have one right there. I mean, they're literally everywhere. I'm just pointing out the ones that are, most obvious. Multi-trail. I mean, whenever you see these bends like that, there's usually something, in the center. Of course, it's the lead right here. I'm not sure if this is the green asteroid or not. It kind of looks something similar. It's all gnarled up. Multi-trail, just like the green asteroid. There's a big one right here. I'm not exactly sure, but I think this might have been the cube. Because I've been seeing the cube shape in the sky the last week everywhere. That could be the cloak cube. That could be the side orb. I don't know. And then all the groups that, swooping in. That's it a little bit later. Farther out, there's the objects kind of moving away. Trail still going up. And this is actually the lead object right here. It's going to be somewhere up here, but it leaves this big sphere with this kind of stripe down the center. Sure, it's probably the lead asteroid right there too, or one of the lead asteroids. They're always typically in the same spot. See, whenever you see the cube one day, it's going to be around for a few more days at least. This is impression, side orb. See it right there. So whenever you see the cube, you're going to see all sorts of other straight edge, triangle, crazy shapes in the sky, because it's accompanied by a fleet of all sorts of crap. This one right here, dropping down, that's that same one. I just did the phone up, right there. There it is right there, perfect little trail. And you got this guy. So you can even see his trail coming in. Fucking might even be it right there. Another one, they're all over. That's just ion bleed off trail. Of course, you got illuminated one here, illuminated one here. They're all over around the sun. Coming in again. Got an illuminated planet in the background. Yep, see that? See how it makes that, displaces all the cloud in like a sphere, pushing, wrinkling up the bow wake. Got another one, I think, coming in this way. Another one up here coming in that way. Coming in this way, there at the tip. There's going to be one right in there somewhere, following this trail. Probably one right here, following that trail. You know, you can follow the trails right back to them. One part right there, coming up that trail. So you just want to look for the trail, and then you'll find the sphere at the tip, and then you usually find a bow wake where it's pushing in. Now I took my cell phone out, walked out there, and was taking some video just so I can kind of show how this thing wraps around a little bit better. You know, you can see a perfect little entry trail right there. Comes in single trail. I mean, couldn't have got any better than that. And this happened 9/4/2021. So yesterday, day before Labor Day. Now I wanted to highlight in this video because when I was replaying it, I noticed something. So I'm doing a little special highlight on this particular one. While I was actually scrolling around, I noticed a couple of those little craft. You can see it up there. I mean, it shoots up and then it just stops. It takes a hard left turn. Boom, just like that. That's anti-gravity craft right there. Now, for some of you on cell phones, it might be a little difficult to see. Definitely better to be on a PC or a TV to watch this stuff, but you'll see in these videos that they are doing exactly what I said they're doing. They are scanning the sky, scanning these areas of interest, doing the same thing that I do, but with way better technology. You know, I never see these things either when it's just a normal sky out. Only when these asteroid objects are passing by. I'm not even 1,000% sure that they're asteroids, but they are some kind of objects that almost have to be some kind of unique magnetic electric asteroids. I don't know. I just know they're not holograms. They're actually physical. You see that one? It shoots through that trail. I mean, it is bouncing as it's scanning along the exact pathway that group just came in on. There it is right there under the arrow. Watch it. It's going to shoot up. There it goes. And that's 50% speed. I couldn't do it normal speed because you guys wouldn't even saw it. Now it's a little slower. See, you can just tell how they move, that they're anti-gravity, and that they're controlled by, I think, computer, AI. I don't see any kind of being able to maneuver that quickly. They have to be part of an AI system. Again, it's just a little brief description. living definitely. You see that one at top right too. Whenever I point out particular ones, it's usually a group of them. I only point out the ones that I know you can actually see. I don't want people arguing with me about, well, that's just a damn cloud. That's a simpleton's answer. Yeah, it's not very often I see the dark shadow like that either. And the perfect sphere of influence above it. Perfect ion bleed off trails. I mean, I had to make a video on this one. It was just too good. Too obvious. But those little craft, man, they are always up there doing their thing. I got them in swarms. I got them individuals. I got them in 1-2 groups. I got them freaking bouncing back and forth, doing all sorts of crazy stuff, shooting beams to the ground. I mean, it's almost just like the videos that people down in South America and Central America capture of all the orbs flying together in those big swarms in the sky. How they can almost come together and almost like magnets, you know, they won't touch, but they'll come in and they can circle around each other at high speeds, and they'll never get closer in that magnetic distance, basically. These things do the same thing. It definitely reminds me of an AI control system controlling them all. Adapting, you know, scanning, doing whatever it's doing. Sending back information to the Red Queen. That's pretty good captures, though. Good panoramas. I hope this one's obvious enough that it's self-explanatory. It does not do justice to being there in person, though. You know, being able to have your head on a swivel, basically scan around and see the entire sky at one time with our wonderful eyes that God gifted us with. There's a lead object under the sun, where it typically usually is. There's another example. That's from Sam Hoffman's this drawing where he matches it perfect. Those flares by the sun matches it perfect. It's got that little streak in the center. Those are just a couple examples to say that it's not just a round cloud. That's a sphere of influence, wake, impression coming off of the actual object up front, in front of it, behind it. There's the cube again. It's a side orb. And I actually captured it a bunch yesterday or the day before. It wasn't an outline like that. It was basically just like, no, I put it in. There you go. It's a dark cube in the cloud, almost about the same spot. And that was the day before. See, it's big weight coming off of it, shooting off to the right. I mean, it's a darker shade of blue where the cube is. And then, of course, down at the very bottom, there's the right angle. And then, let's just show you some more examples of the sky shepherds. This is 4K. I inverted it. This is slowed down pretty good. This just to show you their movements. You know, there's no wings, how they interact. I just like watching them interact together. This is probably one of the most clear videos that I've taken of them. Now this is with my Nikon P1000 zoomed in on a tripod, so it's pretty steady, pretty close. watch them for a little bit. They're quite interesting. Alright, I'm gonna switch it back to normal for just a second so you can see what it looks like, normally. So there's almost no way you can see these things with your regular eye. They move far too fast. And they're dark, Our eyes just don't work that well. You definitely need a high refresh rate camera. But how they just move back and forth, straight line, sharp 90-degree turns, like it's nothing. Incredibly high speed. So I know they're not insects. Here's a little. See, full speed, they almost, resemble the way insects fly, but when you slow it down, then you can actually tell what they're doing. You can actually see their mechanical maneuvers, like stay a certain distance. It's definitely a trip watching these things. See, I put a little clip in the net coming up next that actually shows one of these orbs kind of morphing into something physical. It kind of makes me think maybe that's how these things are coming into our reality. They phase in almost, come in as like orbs from another dimension, and then, morph into something physical, change their vibration to a physical, vessel, physical craft. This one's like, it's got a little leg sticking out the side of it, which I see a lot on those fake bug drones. But it just mitosis splits in two, changes into something physical. It's exactly like a metaphysical transformation. And here we go. We got an orb drone that basically just does the same thing. It probably just phased into our vibration from wherever the hell it came from. It's to scan the passing asteroid group. Fool all the stupid humans. Just put a couple little blinky lights on the side of it, and nobody will think twice. And they don't. It's quite sad. But I mean, hey, look at the frickin' idiot we got as president right now. Falls asleep during his frickin' meetings with foreign leaders. I mean, I won't apologize for nothing. No humble bone in his body. Can barely remember where he is. He's got a frickin' pedophile, criminal, crackhead son. What a screwed up world we live in. But I think these things are a little bit above our pay grade as far as our tech. he's just flying around, scanning the cloud. You can see straight to the left of it, that little bulge, the little straight trail coming off of it. It's one of those objects it's checking out. It's like when they go into phase change mode, it's like they change into those orbs, those transparent orbs, and they adjust their vibration to our reality and take shape. See, those were physical. These next ones are like transparent, but they're like connected. You can watch, it shoots a beam straight to the ground. It's like, what kind of propulsion are those using? And I always see those dark beams. That's about normal speed right there. Definitely don't look like bugs to me. So I haven't quite figured out if they're going in underground bases or if they're just that fast moving along the horizon out of sight. It's really hard to tell. Like that one, did it come out of the ground or was it just passing over from, way yonder? I don't know. Our perspective sucks. Like this guy bouncing off the cloud wall. It's like, is it bouncing across the firmament? I mean, what was up with that? Explain that away. Now this is pretty much what I think all those craft are that I see. Things just like this, especially the ones that look like insects, with their fake wings. You're just seeing one of these from a distance, basically. That right there from a long way off would look exactly like a freaking, a flying insect on your camera. You see the dark body with kind of a white fin. Everyone automatically assumes it's a freaking bug. But that ain't no bug. That's from the ISS, and it's an anti-gravity vehicle. See, they can either have that fin or not. I think that's an option. They can switch it on and off. Sometimes I'll see them like that. Sometimes I won't. But same movements, same look and everything. Just like my panorama. There's some of them fake bugs, they're fake wings. So easy to fool people. Like right here, you got that upside down rainbow up top. Which tells me there's something up there, an asteroid or something. At the very bottom right, you got this perfect sphere orb. I've captured them. Swoop diving, the Dobbs objects, investigating planes. You never get shape, but they're always checking those things out. There it is right there. Checking out some planes. Looks like a torrid field around some kind of something. Dark cube, I don't know. always accompanied by a little small orb. I mean, about the same size as that plane. Yeah. See, always up around the sun. Yeah, you'd think that was freaking butterfly or something, but watch it how it tumbles. But how fast it was doing it, it's almost like an unstable magnet passing through the atmosphere. There's definitely still a lot of questions around these things. Just the way they move. It's